We're going to keep it moving. Next up, how many people have seen the Louder Than a Bomb documentary? We had a film made about our festival. Thank you so much for seeing it. If you have not seen it, please see it when it comes to a theater near you. Right now, I'm going to bring up one of the folks that the filmmakers followed in that festival. He hails from the West Side, a graduate of Steinmetz, is currently involved in so many great artistic projects, both as a poet, as an MC in his crew called the Steinmetz. Y'all from the West Side of Chicago, please welcome Lamar Jordan.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all good? This mic is hotter than I thought it was. And give me some distance. Yo, it's that free verse writing, slamming, performance, poem reciting, Mr. Leaving audience enlightened, flyer than the kiting, dressing like I'm playing for the Vikings, your outfit clashing like the Titans, punchline spitting, whack rapper killing, broke as hell but looking and feeling like $500,000. Homie, you know I smash mics, you ain't got to ask twice. You never dropping, your CD is like a gas price. Okay, now tell me what's gotten into me. Probably should have never put me in a documentary. About to make my money longer than my list of enemies. Tell me what they hating on. Praying on my downfall, homie, you'll be waiting long. I spit crack and my flow hotter than Satan's stone. You rappers just making songs, occupying the nation, homes. Bump whoever ain't fans. Shaking up the world like an aerosol paint can. Y'all ready to hear a poem? Where? West Siders, we like to do intros to intros. Somewhere in the northwest region of Seattle, Washington, there's a homeless man armed with a beer can, trying to drink away war memories, waiting for someone selfless enough to lend him an ear. He sits on the side of a pizzeria on the corner of Queen Anne and Mercer, in a chair they probably kick him out of after business hours. His skin has grown all too fond of the concrete beds that he rests his shell-shocked head on. His braggadocious body rocks back and forth, showing off to the world the only gifts war veterans ever receive. He addresses me.
Hey, lil' bruh, you got $1?
Without even checking my pockets, I tell him, I ain't got it. Having anticipated disappointment, he responds with,
well, that's fine, because I really wanted a 20.
Amazed. Not that he still knows what humor is, but that it's one of the few possessions that war actually let him keep. I laugh before digging my hands into my coat pocket filled with a ton of change I probably never use. He lets me know that more than a 20, what he really wanted was conversation, and takes my 75-cent donation as an invitation to start one. Without offering much room for me to converse, he tells me how in this country, war veterans are rarely anything more than patriotic flies on a wall. And for all these people to ignore his request is just as second nature as swatting at a pest. I guess none of them realize they realize their tax dollars at work. His body jerks to the percussion of his bones, dancing to the song of post-traumatic stress syndrome. How wrong is it of humans to lack humanity, demanding he keep his lips locked, but possess the audacity to ask where he got his army cap, or to think it's a trinket you could purchase at a gift shop? He tells me that they've labeled him as crazy and they say he has to take Percodyne, but the one time he took it and made him high, so why would he continue when it makes his mind worse with time? It seems like the perfect crime, having people fight for a country that won't fight for them. The goal was for one of those countries to take his life from him, and the opposing country failed and we returned to civilization, but the home country would succeed by stripping him of his home. How long will this be the standard in this country? Where if war doesn't kill you, they distill you, send you back home just to rot and mildew. The phrase, war was good for absolutely nothing, is still true. Before he lets me go, he tells me that he wants to die. And I see a tear-shaped white flag surrender from his eye. He gives me £1, and I dig back into my coat pocket, surrendering the rest of the change I found. I tell him I have to go, because there's a white man screaming at me through traffic, waiting for me to end this conversation. There are 2 friends at a bar and grill across the street, waiting for me to join them for dinner. And there was a poem, scratching at the inside of my soul, waiting for me to tell his story.
right, y'all, two things. If any of the poets that are still due to come up, if you would like drums behind your words, Andrew and Mike here are going to provide that for you. You just have to motion to them to let them know. And then if you don't want to interrupt anybody by clapping, everybody knows that we have a GA procedure for you to put the spirit fingers in the air, okay? Cool.
Thank you, and thank you for spirit fingers. All right, you guys having a good time?
Yeah!
Word up. The West Side is clearly wilding tonight with the intro and then the poem. That's awesome. That's a new style, West Side in the building. All right, so we're gonna keep it moving. Next up is a young woman. I think she is a junior in high school. And when I met her last year at Louder Than a Bomb, just really impressed, as I think you will be with her poise and brilliance. Chicago, please make some noise for Dominique.
Hi. As he said, I'm Dominique, and this make me sound funny, Kevin. Okay, this is my piece. Fervor ignites our skin. Candlelight never flickering, lighters for fingers always ablaze, raised in the air, streaking the sky with golden fists. Wildfire we are, spreading. Light can easily dance to its death, overheat, lose shape, purpose, melt to an incinerator. Sunburnt, not sun-warmed, inflamed, not enlightened. Revolution is not a two-sided coin you land on top of or are smushed beneath. Revolution is hand-holding, marching in tandem, 10 fingers for infinite links, not balled fists. It seems to be pro-something, you have to be anti-everything else. What happens when the oppressed become the oppressors? The enlightened are dimmed to shadows. When the excluded become excluding, the fire becomes the extinguisher. And all guiding light is lost. Revolution, don't lose your voice. It is a universal plea, audible to all, answered by the passionately tired. Freedom fighters can't struggle selectively, can't empower particularly. Revolution is not a wrecking ball, tearing down others to build ourselves. Revolution is not blaming, but rebuilding. Revolution is a wrecking ball, destroying restrictive systems and reshaping the shards of oppression to sprawling institutions of freedom. Revolution is not scolding, not hot with fury, not forest fire burning with rebuke. Revolution be wildfire, fighting with light. Catch on, but don't get caught up. Don't believe the hype. Public enemy ain't the 1%, it is division. Revolution can't be choosing. Revolution is hand-holding, marching in tandem. Catch on, but don't get caught up. Keep burning, but don't melt. Lose purpose. Don't lose the light, or we will lose the fight. Thank you.
All right, that was Dominique, and junior in high school. What? Right? Yeah. I was looking at like KRS-One album covers and not saying a goddamn word. Very impressive. Next up, first of all, I think one of the things Dominique is talking about, one of the things we certainly believe in Louder Than a Bomb is this is the infancy of this. That's the beautiful thing about this moment, is that we have a whole new world to rebuild together. And so, I think it's the artists, the activists, the organizers. It's on us to reimagine what the world will be. We're making it right now. So thank you for being here and sharing this time. Next up, a woman just came back from college. She graduated from Brown. She came up through Louder Than a Bomb and won Louder Than a Bomb's College Slam a bunch of times, and now has an internship at the Goodman Theater because she does theater, she sings, and one of the nicest poets doing it today. Please, y'all, welcome Jamila Woods.
Thank you. Hello. Oh, you guys look awesome here. Black boys go down into sewers underground, read books by Du Bois, find footsteps out the cave and follow. These black boys see everything up from the bottom of the downside. He talks about basements with sweaty eyes and jittered hands, says he's seen what the shadows look like naked, seen what they do to our backs while we are sleeping, why we wake up tired and quiet in daytime, why our feet always feel so heavy, and he is talking crazy talk, screams at his brothers with spittle lips like, listen, we are all trapped. There are anthills in our brains hollowing out the insides, but when he speaks, no one meets his eyes. He says, it is time for us to leave together. Words men take serious. Marcus Garvey serious. So my back banged and banged against the wall serious. And it doesn't bruise, but inside, something fell off a shelf somewhere. Earthquake boy, let go my arm. The white people are staring. Black boys underground over time forget their tongues and flapped and forget their tongues and flap spit with the rhythm of divine spirits. No one in sunshine understands when our spines ache together in nighttime. He kneads my muscles with knuckles, says he feels them bones unbudding on the meat of our backs. This is why our people wake up tired and quiet in daytime. This black boy, I hope I remind him of clear water. Hope he sees his image in my surface. The gentle rippling of my voice should rock him to sleep and give him dreams of skylines flecked with flocks of us. But when he wakes, I still see nightmares clogged in corners of his eyes, and he's still talking crazy talk, but I know what his shouts mean. He screams, I want you to know your ancestors were Cleopatra and Langston Hughes. They brushed diamond dust from their heels like dirt. I wish you could see them. Even after they were stole on glad mornings, they jumped from ships and cotton fields to fly away home, to fly away, fly home. When he repeats his message, it makes them think him manic. Peripherally diagnosing, they never meet his eyes but insist he is disordered. But there is method to this. This black boy screams, slavery didn't die. Shackles move from wrist to minds. Careful how you speak when your brain's chained. Careful what you say when your sane's feign. Might come out crazy. It makes them think him manic. Please, boy, don't let them tie you up or drug you down. There is method to this. These black boys underground over time forget their tongues and flap spit with the rhythm of divine spirits. No one in sunshine understands when he says, we used to have wings.